and gentlemen, we got him.
From Newcastle United agreeing personal terms with an exciting start, to Newcastle sealing 2 contract agreements, to Newcastle United scouts spotted during a Champions League game, to £50 million star posting a picture holding a Newcastle United shirt amid reports Newcastle is constantly calling him. Plus, what's the dark Jacob Murphy truth Noon is noticing? As per, join us as we'll break it all down. Also, according to YouTube stats, only about 6% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video or just realized that you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later. It's free. Enjoy the video.
Let's go.
Starting off, Martin Dubravka has officially signed a new contract with Newcastle United, though the club's announcement leaves some ambiguity about whether this is a mere contract extension or a new deal with improved terms, lasting until the summer. Following the news, Dubravka expressed his happiness with the arrangement, stating, "I'm happy to have extended my time here. I had really positive talks with the gaffer and director. We all agreed that it would be best if I stayed here." In another positive development for the squad, Emil Kraft has secured a 1-year contract extension, keeping him at Newcastle until 2026. Manager Eddie Howe praised both players in light of their new deals, underscoring the importance of stability within the team. He remarked, "Very pleased to sign Martin to a new contract. Thought it was important that we didn't destabilize the group with a departure in a position that we couldn't afford to lose. Emil, his character and attitude stands out, his versatility and ability to play different roles. Whenever he has played this year, he has been very good. Fully deserves his contract." These developments seem to reflect Newcastle's ongoing commitment to maintaining a strong squad while navigating challenges posed by injuries. But tell me, are you personally happy with Newcastle extending the contracts of Kraft and Dubravka? However, in a massive game-changing update, Newcastle United is poised to finalize the signing of Burnley goalkeeper James Trafford this summer, building on a nearly completed deal from the previous year, according to Craig Hope of the Daily Mail. The 22-year-old had initially agreed to join the Magpies last August, but the transfer unexpectedly fell through. However, sources close to the situation now express extreme confidence that Trafford's move will go through smoothly this time, despite interest from other clubs. As Hope said, James Trafford's proposed move to Newcastle is now expected to be completed without any hitches this summer. Sources have expressed extreme confidence this week of the transfer going through at the end of this season, with Trafford still set on St. James's Park. His exceptional form, highlighted by an impressive 11-match run without conceding a goal, has endeared him to Newcastle supporters, especially after his vital penalty saves during a recent goalless draw with Sunderland. Currently, he ranks first in clean sheets with an impressive 23, has the highest save ratio at 87.5%, and holds the second highest XG prevented at 9.67. Fabrizio Romano has also weighed in on the situation, confirming that Newcastle has maintained personal terms with Trafford since last summer and holds a verbal agreement to bring him to St. James's Park. He emphasized that Trafford remains a top priority for the club as they seek a new goalkeeper, saying, "Newcastle agreed personal terms with James Trafford since summer 2024, and the verbal pact is still valid. He's still top of the list as new goalkeeper for Newcastle next season." Both Romano and Hope suggest that Trafford is committed to making the move, although concerns linger regarding Burnley's potential demands, which may have increased due to his outstanding performances in the Championship. One complicating factor is Manchester City's buyback clause included in the deal that took Trafford to Burnley for £19 million 2 years ago. Reports suggest that the clause allows for a fee exceeding £40 million, but sources indicate that City is unlikely to activate it, leaving Newcastle in a strong position to secure his signing. Scouts have been closely monitoring Trafford's ball-playing capabilities, which align with Newcastle and Eddie Howe's long-term tactical vision. Originally, discussions revolved around a £16 million fee last summer, but expectations are that the price will rise following another impressive season. At just 22, Trafford possesses the potential to be an ideal replacement for Nick Pope, particularly given his proficiency in playing out from the back. Speculation surrounds Pope's future, especially with Newcastle recently renewing Martin Dubravka's contract, although Hope suggests that Dubravka's spot is not guaranteed beyond this summer. Martin Dubravka has just signed a new contract, but that does not mean he is going to stay beyond the summer, he said. The departure of either Pope or Dubravka seems likely, given that Newcastle currently has 5 senior goalkeepers, a situation that would become unwieldy with Trafford's anticipated arrival. But tell me, between Pope and Dubravka, who would you want Newcastle to sell? As Newcastle prepares for the summer transfer window, they are also looking to sign 18-year-old Antonio Cordero from Malaga, whose contract expires at the end of the season, with Hope confirming that we're still expecting Antonio Cordero from Malaga to come in as well, together with the finalized arrival of Vakhtang Salia, who will join Newcastle in August when he turns 18. With these moves, Newcastle aims to strengthen both their first team and youth ranks, signaling an exciting period ahead for the club as they reposition their goalkeeper department and beyond. Furthermore, Newcastle United's scouting team is also actively working to identify a suitable right winger to bolster their squad this summer. This need has become even more pressing following the departure of Miguel Almiron, as the club has not strengthened this position in the last 2 transfer windows. Reports from TBR Football's chief correspondent Graham Bailey indicate that Newcastle scouts were present at the recent Champions League match between Benfica and Monaco, which ended in a thrilling 3-3 draw, with Benfica advancing on aggregate. However, the result of the game was not their primary concern. Their focus was on evaluating Maghnes Akliouche. Bailey highlighted that Akliouche is a player of significant interest to Newcastle. Known for his versatility, he has primarily played on the right wing this season but is also capable of operating in central roles. Newcastle's scouting team has been tracking him since last year, recognizing his immense talent and potential for further development. He's a player who the club like, Bailey said. He can play in multiple attacking positions. He is a very interesting player. He has played a lot of his football this season on the right, but he can play centrally too. It is no surprise that he is on Newcastle's radar. We know Paul Mitchell and the scouts have been on him since last year. He is a huge talent with a really high ceiling. As such, with such a renowned high ceiling for growth, Akliouche could be a valuable addition to the Magpies as they aim to strengthen their attacking options. Then, as Newcastle United is poised for an exciting summer transfer window, with Paul Mitchell expected to have increased financial freedom to bolster the squad. Amid these developments, reports indicate that Newcastle will engage in contract talks with star striker Alexander Isak, as both Eddie Howe and Mitchell are determined to retain key players, regardless of whether they secure a Champions League spot. Talking about Alexander Isak, in a twist of fate, AFC Bournemouth defender Dean Huijsen has been spotted holding an Isak shirt, raising speculation about a potential move to Newcastle. The 19-year-old has made a strong impression since joining Bournemouth from Juventus, establishing himself as a reliable option in the Premier League. Despite Newcastle's interest last summer, they were unable to secure his signature due to competition from other clubs across Europe. With Bournemouth thriving under manager Andoni Iraola and looking likely to qualify for European football, Huijsen's value has only increased. During a recent match at St. James's Park, Huijsen effectively neutralized Isak's threat, showcasing his defensive prowess. Following the game, he posted a photo on Instagram holding the Newcastle shirt, presumably a swap with Isak. This has fueled rumors that Newcastle is keen to bring Huijsen on board, with Fabrizio Romano confirming that the club has been in constant communication with Bournemouth regarding the young defender.
So Newcastle are informed, calling constantly about the situation of Huijsen.
However, securing Huijsen will come at a hefty price, £50 million, significantly higher than the £12.8 million Bournemouth paid for him just 6 months ago. With Newcastle aging central defenders, it is crucial for Newcastle to focus on long-term defensive options. Huijsen's youth and talent make him an ideal candidate to step into a more prominent role, potentially as a successor to Fabian Schär, who may find himself relegated to a backup position if Newcastle successfully signs another centre-back. Huijsen's impressive statistics include an average of 1.2 tackles, 1.6 interceptions, and 43.3 passes per 90 minutes, highlighting both his defensive capabilities and his ability to contribute to ball progression. His proficiency with both feet adds versatility to his play. Given that Lloyd Kelly is also likely to depart Newcastle in the summer, the urgency for additional depth in defense is apparent. Mitchell's previous attempts to sign a defender, such as Abdulkadir Kusanov, who ultimately joined Manchester City, demonstrate the club's desire to strengthen this area. If Newcastle is to invest significantly during the transfer window, Huijsen stands out as a prime candidate, combining youth, skill, and the potential to be a key player for years to come. Then, amid the positive contract announcements, transfer scouting, Howe also addressed injury updates ahead of the crucial match against Nottingham Forest, particularly concerning Sven Botman and Joelinton. He indicated that Botman is unlikely to be available for the weekend, although he is making good progress and remains on track. Howe stated, "Don't think Sven will be available for this weekend. We will have to see how things stand. He is making progress, good progress. He is very much on track but not quite there yet. Joe is doing really well, pushing as he always does. We just need to make sure we reintroduce him at the right time." Then, in another massive update, Jacob Murphy has reportedly decided to turn down an approach from Nigeria to switch his international allegiance. The Newcastle winger, who has previously represented England at the under-21 level, remains eligible for both Nigeria and the Republic of Ireland. This season, Murphy has made a significant impact with 5 goals and 9 assists across all competitions, attracting the attention of Nigeria's national team coach, Eric Chelle. While the opportunity to play at next year's World Cup would be enticing, sources indicate that Murphy is committed to focusing on his club performance. At 29, he is determined to continue his impressive form with Newcastle and harbors hopes of earning his first senior England cap in the future. Thus, instead of joining the Nigeria squad, Murphy plans to concentrate on his contributions to the Magpies, aiming to solidify his place and further catch the eye of national selectors. However, despite this, if you want to know about the dark side of Jacob Murphy that no one knows, click the video on screen now.